Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today is June 5th, 2022, and today we're going to be having an election prediction between Governor Ron DeSantis from Florida and Vice President Kamala Harris. So right now, if Donald Trump does not run in the Republican primary, it's quite likely that DeSantis will win because he does have 35% of the votes compared to his second option, which is Mike Pence, who only has around 17% of the vote, which is less than half as much as DeSantis. So as of right now, he's clearly the front runner if Donald Trump doesn't run. And over on the Democratic side, Kamala Harris is the front runner if Joe Biden doesn't run because she's the default candidate because she's currently his vice president. So yeah, and it's quite possible that both Joe Biden and Donald Trump won't run in 2024. And while both of them do have plans to run right now, my reasoning for this is because they are very old and they could have health problems or they could just have a change of heart. So without further ado, let's get on with the election prediction. So first off, we have all of our safe states. These are states that, as usual, are very unlikely to, in fact, flip towards the other candidate unless something major happens, which at the moment is unlikely to occur. And previously, a few years ago, I would actually put Texas in this column, but as you'll see, right now, Texas won't even go in the likely column because of how much trends have shifted in that particular state. So I think this covers it for the safe states. Actually, I'll add New Mexico in this column. To be honest, it's unlikely to flip at this point in time. So let's move into certain likely states. First off, with Colorado, we have the state of Virginia, and perhaps surprisingly to some of you, I'm going to be putting the states of Iowa and Ohio in this column. And this is because Kamala Harris's approval rating is actually very low and currently sits in the high 20s. And I don't think that these states are going to go to her whatsoever because they didn't even go to Joe Biden in 2020. And at that time, Joe Biden had a much higher approval rating, but things have since then changed. And I think that covers it for the likely states. We're going to be having a lot of lean states in this particular video. So first off, we have the state of Minnesota. Again, this state hasn't gone to a Republican in since maybe 1972, I believe. And though trends are changing in the state, I don't think Kamala Harris, for all of her flaws, is likely to lose this particular state. And next, we have the states of New Hampshire and Nevada for similar reasons. We don't need to get too much into it. And for the Republicans, I think the state of North Carolina will go by a lean margin. And the reason for this is Kamala Harris, I don't see her as having the ability to excite out the vote that she needs in order to win this particular state. And I'll put the state of Florida too in a lean column. Again, I think the percentage in this is probably going to be 3 to 4% for DeSantis, which is higher than usual for Republican, but it is his home state and he is polling fairly decent in this particular state. And what I do think that DeSantis has the ability to do is shift the conversation from issues where he may not be as popular, particularly those pertaining to economics, and shift it over to issues that he may be polling higher in. So aside from that, let's move into the Rust Belt. So I do think the Rust Belt over towards the Republicans for similar reasons, because I don't see Kamala Harris as being able to excite out the voters that she needs in this particular states. Next, we have the state of Georgia. Now, this is a state that I do think that Harris will win simply because because of changing demographics, I don't see it possible for DeSantis to pull through in this state. Now, actually, let me rephrase that. It is possible. It's just unlikely for it to happen. Next, we have the state of Texas. I don't know why I didn't put this in the lean margin, but again, I don't see DeSantis as losing this state. Now we're down to two states, and as you can see, DeSantis does have the votes he needs to win. So under this prediction, he would be most likely to win the presidency. But regardless of that, I do think that Arizona would go to him as well, because he isn't Donald Trump and he doesn't have a lot of the flaws that Trump has. I do think that his political instincts are much smarter, similar to President Donald Trump's instincts in 2016. And that brings us over to the final state of Maine, which I'll give the entirety of the state over to the Democrats, except for the second district, because it did go to Donald Trump twice. So yeah, that's the election prediction: 291 votes for the Republicans and 247 votes for the Democrats. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe on this video, and I'll see you guys next time.